She's the chief law enforcement officer, and she's lying about her state of residence to commit fraud, to put more money in her pocket.
On the one hand, I don't blame her for wanting to live in Virginia. We have Jason Miyares as our attorney general. Thankfully, she's not. If you engage in this kind of behavior, of course, it's going to come back to you in that respect. And she made her whole political career out of indicting Trump. So what comes around...
You have these multiple Trump cabinet members. You have Bill Pulte's parents. They've all done the same thing where you have multiple residences and you claim that they're the principal residents to get more favorable loan terms. And so are those people going to get indicted?
Maybe when Jack Smith returns, we'll see what happens.
Now, wait a minute. You, as a news reporter, know that Bill Pulte's parents did the same thing? It's amazing when you're a Democrat. She's the chief law enforcement officer of New York, not Bill Pulte's parents.
I know, but Bill Pulte is the one who's been really pushing this, telling Trump, hey, you got to go after.
But the media found out that his
James.
Parents also claimed residence in another state?
And then his step-parent in Michigan, they did that. And they looked at the real estate records.
By law, they weren't supposed to be living in anher state serving as that state's attorney general, right?
I
mean, that's a little more complicated.
Bill Pulte's parents are attorney general, but this is the same, similar thing.
Wouldn't it be more serious when the chief law enforcement officer of one of our 50 states is herself committing this crime?
Well, what's going to be hard is to get a conviction here, because it's one thing to get an indictment on probable cause, but it's another thing to actually get a guilty verdict, because what Tish James is going to say is Trump is calling the shots, as the Wall Street Journal says, about the Attorney General, about the Department of Justice, and that they're going to try to get these charges thrown out very quickly.
Well, they're going to try to do that, but this is also the Eastern District of Virginia. It's known as the rocket docket. I think that usually you have an indictment and a trial within 11 months. That's its average. So they can't really wait this out like Trump was able to do with his criminal indictments. But I do have to say, I wrote a chapter about Letitia James and her cases against President Trump. And I remember just the list of things she said while campaigning for her spot about Trump. And I thought, if my last name was Trump, I would never think I would get a fair shake in the courtroom. And one of them was that she was going to shine a bright light in all of his real estate dealings. Well, now a bright light has been shined into hers.
And you wrote a chapter on this in your book, which is called...
I did. Lawless Lawfare. Thank
Lawless
you.
Lawfare.
I know Jason isn't here to tell you where to buy
hold it up.
But you know what? Amazon. Just Google it.
It's a wonderful book. Letitia James herself responded by playing the victim, as usual. It's the Democrat Party's most exalted status, that of victim, claiming that the president, of course, is, coming after her, just like she was going after him.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding, all because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost.
She's the one that ran on the campaign promise of, I'm going to get Trump. No sense of irony, these people. The New York governor, Kathy Hochul, quickly came to the defense, of course, of Letitia James and presented her as the shining example of justice embodied in human form, posting, New Yorkers know AG James for her integrity, her independence, and her relentless fight for justice. And they know that she fights for that from Virginia.
Right, the justice of like a communist state.
She was running for Tsarina now.
That's right, but let's remember, the grand jury did see enough evidence to move forward with this and to bring the charges. So I think that, she's going to have her day in court. This is a process. She's going to go through it. I think she just has to accept her reality.
But that's the whole point. They want to go through these processes for legal fees.
Wait.
And if they don't even get a verdict.
How many states did President Donald Trump have to go into, be there, humiliated?
In 4 months.
Thank you.
That's
trial
crazy.
after trial after trial. And then you have Letitia James campaigning with her idea to basically take Donald Trump down and to charge him. I'm sorry, Daniel. The Democrats started this disastrous weaponization of the judicial system, and look, at this point, we're going to let the process run its course.
And it's backfiring. That's lawless lawfare. You are right.
Information. Truth is freedom. is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.